This is an interview between me and a lady who literally lives on the borderline. Her backyard is the border, and it is a spot where hundreds and potentially thousands of migrants come across her yard every single day. She was nice enough to give me an interview. She is fed up with the situation about what is going on. And in this video and in this interview, you will learn about the potential dangers of these Chinese migrants, and you will hear about the supposed camps that these Chinese migrants are going to. It is very frightening and dangerous about what is potentially happening here at the border. And she also discusses how Border Patrol is not able to protect the border, and they are, instead of protecting the United States citizens, they are protecting the migrants. I promise you're going to find this interview very intriguing, and you're going to learn a lot. We're here on the trail where all the migrants are coming through, and this lady lives right here, and she has to see it every single day. So is every single day, are there migrants coming through your yard?
Every day. About 3 a.m. every single night. They come down that hill, all the way around. They go through our property, and then they come right here. The other night they started a fire right there, and then they yelled at our window, hello, hello, till they woke us, make sure they wake us up.
Really? And are they expecting you guys to help them when they cross over?
They want us to help them. They don't, and then when we tell them to go up the road, the best we can, they don't believe us, so they'll go for a little ways, and they'll turn around and come back. So this goes on all night. So actually, I am so tired every night. So I end up taking a nap during the day, which I don't have time to do because I got things to do. Anyway, I understand their plight, but they're a nuisance, and the Border Patrol is not stopping them. They're actually, if we say anything like, you can't come through this area, we can get in trouble. They have even told us they would arrest us if we hindered these migrants. And if we showed them any guns, which we don't do that because they're just people, that they would confiscate our guns. They would take our property. They have harassed us and not the migrants. The migrants come through here and they have come through and flipping us off and taking pictures and what have you, or trying to get, or even asked me if they could have my password so they could get on the internet.
Really? Yeah. They've even asked for your Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
And does the government do anything to protect you guys, or does it sound like they're protecting the migrants more than anything?
Oh, they're protecting the migrants. They don't help us at all. They've told us that they will arrest us. And if we try to help the migrants, which sometimes you feel sorry for them, they got little bitty kids, a lot of children. And, one day it was super hot out here. And so we gave them a little ride up the road. And they told us if we did that again, they would arrest us.
Really?
So we can't help them, but we can't send them back either. Our hands are tied. The Border Patrol's hands are tied.
So do you think the Border Patrol's getting their orders from above? Because
Absolutely. They took an oath to protect and serve.
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing that. They're not doing their job. They're doing somebody else's bidding. That they're afraid to lose their jobs. That's their job. And if they don't do what they're told by their superiors, because they're not making the decisions, they can't.
Mm-hmm. So the Border Patrol is just following orders by saying that.
Absolutely.
And it's the people up top that are saying, hey,
it has to be.
Protect the migrants.
And these people come through they've offered us money, and they've got wads of American money in their wallets.
Really? The migrants?
The migrants. American dollars. We have found foreign money all over the property, from Turkey, Vietnam, all over the world. But how they leave China, because a lot of them are Chinese the last few days, how can hundreds and hundreds of them leave China? It's a communist country. Their people don't just get visas like Americans do, like Americans go wherever they want to. That doesn't happen in other countries. In other countries, they are stopped. They've got to have a reason for leaving the country. They don't just they've got to be coming over in a plane because they're not walking here. How do they leave China?
So on the other side of your property, is it mountain or is there the border wall as well?
It's the border wall.
Border wall, and
yeah.
They're somehow coming through the border wall.
Well, there's a great big gap. It's about a mile long. If you go up here, you can see it.
Do they ever come through during midday right now, at this time right now?
Yeah.
Do you ever see any cartel members guiding them?
I think sometimes there's a mule, but it's hard to tell because the person will look different than the rest of the group. Mm-hmm. Like that person doesn't belong with the group. But for the most part, these, what are they, some kind of workers that are funded by some church groups or whatever, they put ribbons up and things along the way. And then if you look you'll see clothes that they just throw, suitcases.
What do you think the purpose is of these NGOs helping all these migrants once they come over?
Well, because they're going to give them citizenship. When they get citizenship, they can vote. That can be the only reason. Or they're here. Some of them will say, I go, where are you going? To camp. I go to camp. The only thing it means to me when they say they're going to camp would be like a military camp where they're going to be, they're of military age between 19 and 34, young men.
Really? So you think there could be like other camps where the migrants are coming in?
Yeah.
Like, is that especially the Chinese people where they're coming in? Because you don't see the Chinese people inside the shelters, and they're telling you they are going to camp.
You're going to camp. And I go, where's camp? San Francisco. Where's camp? Los Angeles. So that's the only thing I can figure, that they're here to be militarized and not for us, against us.
Wow, so there could be troops here that are in other governments that are here inside the United States right now.
Oh, I'm sure there are. How many getaways have they gotten?
So a lot of Americans, they see what's going on in the news. However, they're not experiencing it like you are right here on your camp, literally next to the border.
I have film of them going through here. But, I got time to sit here every day filming this stuff. I'm not the news people. But if somebody wants to come here and film it, 3 o'clock in the morning, that's perfect fine. But sometimes I think they get word because they'll see, like, we'll tell them, oh, they come through here at 3 o'clock in the morning, about 200-300 of them. The news people will sit out here for days and nothing will happen. And
Really?
then...
So do you think that the NGOs that are welcoming them over there are talking to the cartels on the other side?
Yeah, somebody is, yeah. They have to be. There's no other way. They know not to come through whenever the Magnolia and JLR, I don't know if you know who they are. Mm-hmm. They sat here for 2 days. CNN camped on here for a couple of days. And nothing happened. Then the minute they left, here it comes again.
Yeah. We were talking to some of the NGO people over there, had no American flags. They were wearing Palestinian gear, and they were, I would like to say they were like anti-American because they're getting mad at us for even just trying to talk to the people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like you're saying, they're talking to the cartel on the other side, welcoming these people in, giving them waters, giving them food, giving them everything they need.
Yeah, a lot. And then the monies they're getting, because where do they get that money? They're not exchanging it in Tijuana.
And to all the Americans that are going to be watching this video, what would be your message to them since you are right here at the hot spot of the migrant crisis?
We need to stand up. We need to stand up and make the right votes and be a voice, because we're not being a voice. We're just following and say, okay, that's fine. What do we do? As an individual, you can't. You can only do it as a group. And if you say anything like that, then you're a rebel and possible a terrorist and a white supremacist and whatever other names they call us, just because we want our America. It's not. We don't want it back. We want it to be America. Our rituals, our Christian beliefs, not. And they do have a right to their religion. We don't care about that. That's fine and dandy. You can believe whatever you want to believe, but don't infringe on my beliefs, and don't encroach on my properties and take my. We'll just take Chicago, for instance. All those people that live in the ghetto get nothing. Now they're bringing in these people, taking the kids out of the schools and putting these illegals in the schools, housing them, emptying beautiful hotels and housing these people, which I don't want them I don't want them to be cold. I don't want them to be hungry. But the taxpayers can't afford it. And if you're paying taxes, and a lot of people say, well, it's not my money. Yes, it is. The federal government has no money. We are the government. We, the people, are the government, not the people that work for us. Biden works for us. He's not our boss. All of the people in Congress worked for us, but they've changed it around. We started working for them, and all of our monies, they're rich. They are filthy rich, so they don't live like this. They don't live paycheck to paycheck. They don't live with paying utilities. They probably don't even really know the cost of gas or the price of a loaf of bread, because they don't buy that stuff. They have somebody do it for them on the taxpayer dollar. That's who pays for it. It all goes down to the consumer.
Thank you so much for your time. And if you enjoyed this conversation with this lady, please share this, because what she's saying needs to be shared. So share this video, give it a like, comment down below, because what she is saying is the truth and the word needs to get out. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to watch more videos in the future. And this video right here is a full documentary I made about the dangers of Chinese migrants coming into the United States. So give it a watch. Thank you guys so much, and subscribe if you enjoyed.